Oh, I don't like that angle. Hey everybody, it's Ricky from All Sorts of Words, and welcome to the sweaty boy arc of this channel. Yesterday was 4th of July, and so I am sweating nitrates right now, and it's 8 a.m. I woke up and I went on a walk for this long because I'm going to be in the car today most of the day when we're traveling to go see family down in New Hampshire. So I want to normalize looking gross because I'm sick and tired of having to shower like one of these e-girls and make myself all presentable for you. So welcome to grossness. So welcome to Gross Town. Population, the two of us. How's my hair? Good? Huh? We're adding volume to it like we're an 80s prom queen. So in the spirit of the 4th of July, I've been doing a lot of thinking about things like gratitude and thankfulness, because it's my country's birthday and I've never had to worry about stepping on a landmine. For all the things you can complain about with our healthcare system and, gun issues or whatever, I've never had to worry about someone I love being kidnapped and sold into slavery. There are things that are just kind of a given to being in the United States that I'm exceedingly grateful for, despite the fact that we don't really talk about them. It got me thinking about this channel, and it got me thinking about being grateful for all of you. And it got me thinking about my own deficiencies in terms of thankfulness as of late. Recently, oh God, let me readjust. No, I'm serious. I literally just got back from a walk. Let me get a sip of water. After a day of diet soda, this water is saving my life. So, if you've been watching the channel, you know that I recently got one of my comic book holy grails of all time. This comic. I'll show some glory shots of it here. This is Adventure Comics 247. This is the first appearance of the Legion of Superheroes, which, if you're a Superman fan, this is one of the biggest books you can get, period. Seriously, if you made a list of the top 10 Superman keys of all time, Action Comics is going to be there. Lex Luthor's first appearance is going to be there. But somewhere between 5 and 10 will be this book. It can't be overstated how important these characters are, both to the mythos of Superman as an adult and his formative years as Superboy, learning to be a superhero, coming into his own, and the relationships he builds with these teens from the future. When I first got back into collecting comics in 2020, along with all the other pandemic babies, there were only ever 2 copies of this book on sale at a time. No joke. And they were in the thousands of dollars. People were appropriately pricing them at about $1,000 a grade point. And that pricing has endured to this day, to the point where when I was looking at this book just a couple months ago, a 1.5 would have been around $1,000 to $1,500, somewhere in there. Well, a guy put a copy of this book up, the same copy I just showed you, and he was charging $800. I was flipping out. I'd never seen it that low. And so, like a diligent collector boy, I liked the posting on eBay and I watched it over the week. Nobody bought the damn thing. And then about an hour after the auction went dark, I got that email notification saying, hey, it's been posted again. Go check it out. I go check it out. This time, the guy doesn't have it for $800. The guy has it for $700, and there's a or best offer qualifier. So a random shot in the dark, I sent him an offer for $600. He accepted it. Holy crap, this book is now in my house. I was so excited about this book coming in that I didn't film it. I have a YouTube channel about big comic books and unboxing. My first video on this channel was me unboxing my Action 252, my first Supergirl. It was the first thing I ever did. But I have such a love for this particular book and these particular characters that I wanted to keep it for myself. So I did unbox it with my wife in private, and I got as excited and emotional as you can imagine. I was thrilled. But I loved it so much that was my own personal experience, right? I wanted to keep something for me, whereas everything else I'm sharing on this channel. But despite all of my love, despite my affection, despite the fact that I spent an actual life-changing amount of money for some people. Like $600, that's like a car note, a light bill, and a gas bill all rolled into one. That could affect someone's life for the better. Despite all of those things, the next day after that book came in, I immediately found myself on eBay already looking at other books to buy. And I was finding them. I was finding really good deals and saying like, oh, normally this is like a $400 book, but the fact that it's only $200, holy crap, I'd be dumb to let that book go. I was justifying new purchases despite the fact that this $600 comic book was now in my home. This book that I've wanted for so long was now a part of my life, and I was already on to the next. Thank you, next. And this is where I do my patented Ricky realness for you. This is my first like solo talking to the camera video I've done in like 2 weeks, because I had a real emotional crisis over that moment, that realization. I really did. Had a very long conversation with my wife where, you know, bless her, she just did most of the listening. And I felt kind of ashamed of myself. I had made a real adult purchase. I'd reached a collector goal. I'd achieved this beautiful trilogy of books that are like, again, if you make the top 10 Superman keys of all time, like the biggest moments in his life, these 3 books here are a part of that mythos. They're undeniably in the top 10. This is huge for any collector. And I was already looking at other stuff that would make me happy. And I had to ask myself, like, is any of this making me happy? Now, look, I'm not making a thing here about like I'm quitting the hobby, and this isn't my announcement that I'm officially resigning from Facebook, everybody. Goodbye. It's not like that. I want to be able to come to you guys with some of the weirder thoughts that I end up having, and looking to the community for commiseration. I can't be alone in this. And feeling all of this and thinking all of this, I started going through my closet. And my comic closet, for those of you who don't know, is stuffed to the brim with all of my books. I only display 3 books at a time on my shelf. And so this is how I live. I put my stuff away. I don't want it taking over my life. I have lots of different interests I want to represent in my room, okay? And I started going through some of the books that I've amassed. And once this Legion book came into my life, gross. A lot of the other books I had amassed, they didn't feel so special anymore. They didn't feel so necessary to my collection anymore. They felt like every other comic book. This new bright, shiny thing entered my life, and the other lights dimmed. I also think about that when I see people with like 10 kids. Like, if you've got 10 children, I'm sure rationally you love them equally. But like, you're a human being with only so many minutes of a day, and each day different kids need different things from you. There's no way you can tell me you're giving them equal time. They might have equal space in your heart, but time, the one thing that you can't replenish, some kids are taking more time most of the time. It's like that 90-10 rule. 90% of your time is spent doing 10% of what you need to do. How unappreciative am I? My general lack of gratitude for these other books, because they're still cool. And so this is what I'm coming to you guys with today. I really want to hear from you in the comment section, because this community makes me feel less crazy and alone when I talk about these things. But does any of this resonate? Do you feel like you might not be as appreciative of these crazy collector things that you've done? Do you feel like as time goes on, it's normal to feel less attracted to the books that you got in the beginning? Hey, Editor Ricky here, and I also wanted to add in something I forgot to mention, like, and this is kind of big for a random editorial aside, but like, is any of this related to like shopping addiction? I know that sounds kind of extreme, because like we've normalized spending money on this collectible and this hobby, and money is such a big part of it. Like, no one can collect comic books without money. I mean, maybe you could, but you'd be limited to free comic book day and mooching off of your friends. The majority of what we do here is go on website, swipe credit card, comic book shows up. Yet the language we use when we talk to each other about amassing these books are things like congratulations, congrats on the big purchase. Like, I'm in a group of unlike-minded friends who we're all comic collectors, and whenever one of us gets one of these big books, we say that. We say, like, grats, congratulations, as if there was an achievement or accomplishment made other than just being the one who spent the money. I don't know. And even that, there's multiple layers to it. Again, this is really big for an editorial aside, but like, it is kind of an accomplishment because you save up your money, you're an adult, you can pay your bills, take care of your kids, take care of your family, and with your extra hard work, you can manifest these things that most people can't afford. That's also part of it. So I don't know, is shopping addiction a component to these frustrations that I'm having? Am I way off base? I can't help hearing a little voice inside me that says it's related. This feeling of chasing the high, chasing the dragon, so to speak, of the next book, always on to the next, as opposed to stopping and enjoying the fruits of what you've already accomplished. Yeah, that's it. I've got some more videos coming up. I'm actually on vacation right now, starting yesterday on the 4th. I'll be on vacation until Wednesday of next week. So I want to do a couple of videos and roll them out relatively soon. That's exciting. I want to do some more sketches and fun stuff, but I've had this weighing on me for a couple of days, and I just wanted to like talk to you like a normal person. So thanks for listening. I appreciate you. Like, subscribe, tell me how sweaty and gross I look. Love you. Bye.